we go. Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I only just got back home. Just wanted to get some water. Do a bit of a photo shoot at the beach first. But I was running a little bit behind. And so I only just got home. Managed to make my coffee. So this is the Psychic Cafe, going deeper into the daily read for today, Friday the 12th of June. It's Friday already. It comes around so fast. It's weekend before I know it. Alright, I'll go on. Chat isn't working on my computer. That's not good. Hey Barbara. So I'm going to have to look at my phone for chat. Sometimes just these things just don't work sometimes. There we go. I'll have my chat up there so I can see it. No, don't go loud. There we go. Barbara, how are you? Whew, I'm sweating because I just rode home with two massive waters, 5-litre waters on each handlebar. I'm right up the hill. Whew, hey Mal, how are you? I'm just going to pick out my cards for the day because I've not done it yet. Me first. I'm putting myself first, see? I've got who am I? And I've got communication coming. Oh. My boyfriend's dog died yesterday. He got hit by a car on the road. Haven't been the same since your biggest block reading. Seriously? Who am I to empower self? I've got power. Communication coming, is it true? Ooh, someone's gonna lie to me. Don't do that. You good, Barbara? How are you, Mel? You good? Have you not been the same since a reading? Oh, I'm burning up here. Melting. Yeah, it's really sad. Oh, little doggy. And the day before, he'd stolen my seat too. I had quite a bit of an interaction with the dog the day before, so it's kind of nice. I spent some time with him. Oh no, it's so sad. I can't remember what the daily read was about. What did I put in the title of this? I don't know, I can't remember either. What was the daily read about? Anyone watch it? For Friday the 12th of June? The universe is listening, that's right. Oh, there was something about having to repeat ourselves. Lazy this morning. Nice. I like days like that. Something about having to repeat ourselves to somebody. And it was about listening. You know when people are stressed out and they can't listen? It's not about us. But you know what? The universe is never stressed out and it's always listening. So sometimes we can project people's characteristics on the universe. And we can think that the universe is like angry or judgmental or it doesn't listen to us and things like that. And this is saying, the daily read was saying, no, the universe is always listening. It doesn't have any of those human characteristics at all. So we've got to recognize what's human and what's not. Because it was saying that when you're not heard by people, chicken's in this morning. When you're not heard by people, you can think that the universe isn't listening to you as well, but it is always listening. Hey Chris, how are you? I don't know why chat isn't working. I only just started it. Whew. There was also work create in today's reading. Oh really? I don't know. I listened to it in the middle of the night. I went to sleep early last night and then woke up for a couple of hours in the middle of the night and then went back to sleep. And so I haven't recently. I need to put the fan on because need to dry off. Work, take a risk. Oh, right, yeah. Have to take a risk in work. Ooh. Yeah, so some kind of a leap of faith in work or doing something new. I'm doing something new today. That's exciting. I think I told you about it yesterday. In about 12 hours when I published the bonus reads for this weekend's half-price reading sale, there's a new thing on it, a deeper dive readings to go with it, and we'll see how that goes. So that's kind of a work, take a risk. It made the recording them longer. I did one day I did 6, the other day I did 6. So it made 1 day's work into 2 days' work. So hopefully it'll pay off for me, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if people want the deeper dives. Today I've got impatience. Today we're being impatient. My life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. And the universe is always listening too. Not just when we're doing our law of attraction stuff or praying. It's always listening. Always. I think it said that in yesterday's as well. But yeah, important to know that, and that's not in a bad way. That's not saying, oh, so sort yourself out kind of thing. It could be saying that. But it's also saying the universe knows what you want. You don't have to keep on asking for stuff. It does know. It knows from you just living your life. It knows what you want. So it knows what's in your heart. You don't need to voice it. You don't need to put it in words for the universe. The universe isn't listening like that. It's listening to your energy. It's listening to it all. Okay, I can't deal with that fan. It's too cold. It's making my sweat too cold. Okay. So let's go deeper into the daily read. Let's see what else needs to be said. Chicken, come here. She just came in to have some cream with me because when I came back, she ran up the stairs after me. Right, so I think this has something to do with the impatience card. We're waiting on something today. Maybe that risk that we're taking in our work is, you know how I've been saying lately that we get instant rewards when we take a risk or something, when we do something new. Hello, Rose, how are you? Having a conversation with the universe. That's right, Barbara. You haven't heard that before. Oh, I go on about that a lot. Hey, Mary. Yeah, having a conversation with the universe. It's amazing when you do it. It's like it makes your whole life into a meditation. It makes your whole life into a prayer. And if you just have that conversation with the universe, because you are having a conversation with the universe anyway all the time. And if you just make it conscious, then amazing things can happen. It's like you're talking to your higher self all the time. Hey, Sandra. 96. You're funny. It's not 96, by the way. Hey, chicken wants to go out. I just need to let her out. She's had a cream. She's done with me. She's done with me. She's moving on. Get on with your day, chicken. Done with me and she's moving on. Hey, Sandra. She's throwing numbers at me. It's funny. Some people's comments are just numbers. No. They don't say hello, nothing, just number. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is to do with the impatience. So when we try something new, we get an instant reward because the universe is saying, yes, this direction. But then if there's more changes to be made on it or changes within ourselves to be made on it, the big rewards, they come later. And so it could be that's what the impatience card is about. We want stuff to happen. Like with my deeper dives, like I want that to really take off this weekend. It might not, right? It might need a bit of tweaking. I might need to change how I talk about it or something like that in the videos. There could be all kinds of things, but I am guessing from these cards, we've got expansion and be vulnerable, that I will get some kind of a yes from the universe with it, but then there'll be more to do in the long term to change it. Hey Karen, how are you? So yeah, for everyone that's new here, I go deeper into the daily read, so I'm picking out cards to add on to the daily read for today, Friday the 12th of June. And then stick around because I'm going to do some mini readings for you all as well, everyone that's still here. So I've got expansion and be vulnerable. I'm really thinking that this is with the work, taking a risk, trying something new, then being impatient with the results. Don't be impatient with the results, is what this is saying. And it might make you feel vulnerable, and it does when we put ourselves out there, when we take a risk, when we do something new, because it's like, I don't know, it's like bearing your soul, especially when it's a creation that you're putting out there. You need a new housemate, Mel. What kind of housemate do you want? What do you want them to be like? I used to have great housemates. Once I had a really bad housemate. That was very bizarre. I used to attract like just the best people. We had my house, it was just so funny. It was so fun. Great people. And then this one time, this guy, oh no, he was horrible to live with. Reword the ad. Yeah, I can't remember how I found mine. So, expansion, be vulnerable. Things are getting bigger. I think that's what that work thing is, taking a risk with work. Things are getting bigger. They are getting bigger. What else have we got for today? If anyone's wondering why I'm pouring with sweat. Young, clean, funky, and open-minded. Funky for Americans means stinky, doesn't it? So you might get a stinky American. I know what you mean there, Mel. Yeah, if anyone's wondering why I'm sweating. I went down to the beach for a bit of a photo shoot, but I didn't have much time. I only had like 25 minutes to do it all in, and then I needed to get some waters on the way back, so I just rode back from the beach on my push bike with 2 massive 5-litre waters on each handlebar. Rode up the hill. So now I'm sweaty and only got back at 3 minutes to 8. So I was running behind. Oh, what's this got to do with the daily read? Anyone remind me? Talk to someone and brilliant. Again, this is about the work thing. Why is it such a work thing today? It's Friday. This is about speaking up about your brilliance. It's like being confident. Maybe the risk that somebody's taking today is asking for a promotion or something like that. But this is about talking yourself up, saying how great your stuff is. Run a share house for 9 years, Mel. Bike balance training, yep. Yeah, because when they get swinging, when I'm riding, because I'm riding like that, of course, with the resonance, the water bottles start swinging like this, and then the handlebars start going like this. And if cars or a big truck went past me on the little driveway coming up here, it's quite dangerous. They did hold back though. They knew that I was swinging. Chris is American. Are you funky? You funky, Chris. For Australians in English, funky means like fun. It means fun. So, but I know for Americans it means stinky. So talk yourself up today. If you're putting yourself out there, or even going on a date or anything like that, don't hold yourself back. Don't try and be humble and put yourself down, that kind of thing. Self-deprecation. It's one thing about the Australian culture that I don't like, that self-deprecation thing being a good thing. It's not for self-love, that's for sure. Groovy. But we all know Americans are crazy right now. Seeing posts everywhere saying the world's gone crazy, and it's Americans that are saying that. It's like, no, America, it's just you guys. The world is looking on going, what the hell? What the hell's going on with America right now? I think it's actually a good thing though. I don't know, I'm not really getting involved. I'm not paying that much attention. Americans are always a little bit crazy, hey? A little bit out there. Today we've also got Go Within and Make Love. This Make Love card is about doing what we love. It's about our work. Alberta, Canada here. Oh, Canadian in the house. In the cafe. Karen. Funky can refer to a style of, in America as well. A style. Funky style, like groovy. Yeah, there you go. So you do have the same meaning, but it also means stinky too. Go within, make love. This is about thinking about what you want to do, what you'd love to do, thinking about it. Going within before you start, like that conversation with the universe. Before you start something, asking yourself, do you really want to do it? Or what do you really want to do? Not just unconsciously doing something, as in your work. Or anything, it could be a creative thing too. Not just unconsciously going ahead with it. Like, this is like when you go into the kitchen, don't just unconsciously grab the bread out and the butter and whatever and make yourself a sandwich because you're hungry. Think about it. Think about it. Go within. What would you really love to eat? What would you really love to make? Being more conscious. That having a conversation with the universe can make you more conscious like that too. Makes you more present. Present with the world. What would you really like? Make the best choice for yourself. A couple of days ago, I wanted the coconut ice cream man to come because I wanted an ice cream, and his ice cream is great. It's real. It's made with coconut milk. He makes it himself. It's amazing, and it's really cheap as well. I really wanted him to come, but he didn't. And so I ended up going down to the supermarket and getting myself a fake ice cream. It was fake. It was a cornetto, and it's not really ice cream. You can taste it. Oof. I mean, I don't eat that kind of stuff. I don't eat vegetable oils and things like that. And it just tasted fake. There was nothing ice cream about it. Yuck. I wish I hadn't had it. But, yeah. And that was because I knew what I wanted, right? I knew what I wanted. Maybe it'll come next time I'm up there. You want to visit Claire in Thailand? Yay. Music. Funkadelic music. Okay. Yeah, come to Thailand, Barbara. So living, does everyone know what I mean when I say that? Living life like it's a conversation with the universe, because it is. That's what we're actually doing. And so it's like having a conversation. I do it with my work. Before I start work, I ask what we're going to do. It's like me and the universe together, what we're going to do, what we're going to do today, how we're going to do it, who we're going to serve, who we're going to read for, that kind of thing. And then, like with the ice cream, I was having a conversation with the universe about the ice cream man showing up. He popped into my head and I was pretty certain he was going to show. But he didn't. Didn't make me feel vulnerable then. Which makes me think that next time he'll show. You know, you put these things out there, the universe is always listening. Sometimes we don't get the instant manifestations. Sometimes it's next time you're there that the ice cream man will show. But we've got to be patient for it. So the universe is always listening, but it can't always line things up instantly for us. Sometimes it comes next time. And so these things that you're putting out there today, talking yourself up if you're going for something new, or putting something new out there in your work, or taking some kind of a risk, I'm really thinking it might have instant rewards, but small instant rewards, and the rewards will come later. The universe is listening to you, but it can't always do things instantly. Today I'm going to be recording the weekly reads for each star sign by the pool. That's what I'm doing today. And finishing off the editing of the bonus reads before I publish them tonight. When you said that the other day about a conversation with the universe, it was an aha moment for me. Oh, cool. Yeah, I should talk about that more because it really makes a massive difference. Because it's true. Because we are having a conversation with the universe. So why not make it conscious? Really is one of the easiest ways to be present. Mel, I had a great day listening to the universe yesterday. I don't always do it well, but I'm taking time to listen. Awesome. Yeah, great when we do that. I agree. Ooh. Mary's saying, when I talk to the universe, I try to keep it simple. I too believe it already knows what I want and need. Yeah. My one rule is never come from a place of lack, always love. Good rule, Mary. Yeah. And when you're talking with the universe, you can make it open. You can make it like an open question. That's the best way to talk with the universe. Like, what are we doing today? Who are we serving today? Who's going to come to cafe today? And yeah, that kind of thing. It's just open to expansion. Like, how much money are we going to make today? What great connections? Who am I going to bump into today? Who am I going to have fun with today? All of that kind of thing. Asking a question is just like the best way to be having that conversation with the universe day to day. Because as Mary said, you don't need to ask. Like, you don't need to ask. It's always listening. chances are whatever you're asking for, you've already asked for. Just by, the slightest thought of it, what you prefer. Have you ever had that happen? Like, you're experiencing something, you're going about your day, you just have this passing thought like, oh, that would be nice, and then it instantly manifests. And it's not even a thought, like it's not even developed into a thought. It's just, a passing whim kind of thing, and then it instantly manifests. That's how much the universe is listening to us. You've been having one-sided conversations, Chris. Oh, yeah. Well, it's good to listen to the universe too, isn't it? And notice everything that it's coming back with. Because it does. But sometimes we've got to be patient. And sometimes we've got to be patient and then a few days down the line say, oh, look, there's that thing I was thinking about the other day. Yeah. So we've got release guilt and communicate. This isn't about communicating with the universe. This is about communicating with human beings. This is about what you haven't said or what you have said. Feeling guilty about that. I've got a communication thing going on at the moment. A communication hurdle going on at the moment, personally. But it's with someone that I'm very in tune with. And the timing isn't right yet, and I feel that. Because I know what's going on with them all the time. And yeah, there's just like both me and him, there's inner realizations to make first. It's like when you have an idea and you have to let it sink in. You have to get used to the idea yourself. I can feel we're both doing that at the moment. And so even though I think I should be communicating about this, I know to trust my intuition when it's the right time. So in a similar way, if you've not said something, if you're feeling guilty about not communicating, or if you think that you've got a communication hurdle, if you think that's not something you've said, say if it's going for a promotion or something like that at work that you haven't done before, and you're actually feeling guilty because you haven't put yourself forward before, you haven't communicated it before, don't do that. The universe always works with us in the now. It never thinks that we're late. And there is no rush for anything. Chris, you need to listen. Yeah. I saw a corner store yesterday. I've always wanted one somewhere. Oh, sweet. Made me realise I'm almost ready. Yeah, cool. I can imagine you doing that. Little mum and pop store kind of thing. That'd be nice. You could sell like fishing gear, things like that. Sit back and wait. You just get on with your life, Barbara. You just get on with your life. So it's, don't just be focused on one thing. Like manifesting one thing at once. No, you just get on with your life and then see what shows up. So yeah, if you haven't communicated something, or if you have communicated something that you would have changed, now you know better. Don't feel guilty about it. That guilt could crop up today in a certain situation with a human being. There we go. Yeah, kind of weird energies today. We're putting ourselves out there a little bit more, talking ourselves up, not doing the self-deprecation thing. We need to realize how great we are and put ourselves out there in that way. Thinking about what we'd really love, having a conversation with the universe, and releasing guilt for something we've said or something we haven't said. There we go. Anyone want a mini reading? And we've got to have patience as well, because we've got the impatience card. My life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. Not always for ice cream, though. But it will manifest. I know it will manifest. It always does. And he knows that I like a cone with nuts on it. Probably not fishing, but an extension to the real world. Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking about those little shops, They sell a little fishing net. It's not like real fishing equipment, just for the kids. That fun stuff. The little net on the end of a cane. A bamboo. Huh? Bamboo. We eat bamboo here. The young bamboo that's like a cone shape. It just starts growing. It's yummy. Okay, Chris. Once I had a little pond, made a little pond in the back of my garden in the UK. This is back in my 20s. So I dug this pond out, put a lining in it, filled it up with water, bought some fish for it. But we hadn't built the back wall to the garden yet, so people could come in. And one time I went outside, well, I was in the kitchen, looked through the window, and there's a little boy. He must have been about 3 or 4. There's a little boy in the garden with one of those bamboo fishing things, trying to catch the fish. I'm like, no. More like tea art and trinkets. Yeah, that'd be cool. I like little shops like that. I imagine it by some water. That's why I'm thinking about the fishing thing. Okay, Chris. Oh. This is about your work, Chris. Up until now, release guilt. What have you been doing until now? What was your work, Chris? Before? Up until now, release guilt. Feeling guilty for what you were doing? Maybe you're feeling like you weren't on track before? Caitlin, how are you? Yep, good evening. Where are you, Caitlin? You never turn down a reading. Chris, okay. So yeah, are you feeling guilty about what you did before? You're going to get a lead through a friend. I feel like this is about your work, Chris. You're going to get what you want. It's going to come through a friend. So it's that whole, who you know, not what you know. In Jupiter, Florida. I didn't know there was a Jupiter in Florida. How's Florida at the moment? Are you all going crazy? You're all going crazy in America. You worked in workers' comp. Anyway, there's going to be a new lead coming through about your work. Something that's going to be better for you. It's going to come through a friend. So maybe a friend's going to make an offer. Yeah. Oh, we're tired. Well done for waiting up, Caitlin. Make any sense to you? Mate, it sounds like a prediction reading for me, that, Chris, to me. Okay, Caitlin did ask for a reading. Caitlin's up next. Oh, are you? Right, Caitlin, you're healing your fear of lack. Did you know that? You're having trouble with abundance. That's what you're healing right now and turning it around. Oh, what can I tell you about that? Fear of lack. It's about your thoughts. It's what I talked about yesterday. You know, there's a reason that millionaires can lose everything. They can go completely bankrupt, and within 6 months they'll be millionaires again. Because they never get into the lack mindset. Their mindset is completely different. And so it takes some mindset work to get out of lack. Because it can be really tricky when you're having that experience of lack to change your mind about it, but you have to. So it's that the difference between someone who is positively going for something in their life and have that focus, which is what the millionaires do. They have a positive focus of what they're going to create. They're not even thinking about, oh, how am I going to pay the next bill and all of that. Even when they've got no money, they never get themselves into that state. And that's the state that people that have this fear of lack are in. And so it does require healing, because it's like mental illness, like fear of lack. It is, fear of anything is mental illness, right? And it manifests in our lives. And I don't think there's anything worse than fear of lack manifesting in our lives. It's horrible. And we're seeing it now. It's just horrible. What's going on here in Thailand as a result of these lockdowns, which we're coming out of, and we're almost completely out of now. But there's been so much suicide and people killing their kids and then killing themselves. And there's one the other day, A woman hung her kid first, but it didn't work. The rope got loose, and then she hung herself, and so her kid watched the mum hang. Oh, and survived. It's just horrible. And so this is the result of this fear of lack. Not to scare you, Caitlin, but you see it manifesting for people with real struggles. And it can be so challenging to get yourself out of that fear of lack, to change your mindset, because it feels like it's external conditions that are doing it to you. Because you get that confirmation all the time, It is rough, I know. It's one of the worst things. Seriously, it's one of the worst things. Yeah. Fear of lack is one of the worst things. And so it's so important to heal it, and your life will change completely. So you've got to stop yourself from worrying. That's the first thing. When you find yourself worrying about it, when you find yourself in that fear of lack, it's just focus on something else. Try not to focus on it at all. Because when you're fearing something, you just can't change it around when you focus on it. You have to distract yourself. And then from that distracted state, you have to somehow shift your focus to having a positive focus of what you want. So like how I've done it before, and I've been in debt, I've lived this stuff. I was in debt recently and I paid it all off in lockdown. But the way I do that is I'll just shift my focus on that debt after ignoring it for a while and just loving myself no matter what. If I've got debt, if I paid my rent, if I've not paid my rent, just self-love no matter what. Just loving yourself no matter what. Instead of feeling really bad about yourself. It's like adding insult to injury when you do that, when you're in this fear of lack. So you love yourself anyway. You distract yourself so that you're not in that worry, you're not focused on it. You just let it be okay that you're in that lackful state. Then at some point you'll be able to shift your focus to the positive. So with my debt, what that was is suddenly had this positive focus to pay my debt off while we're in lockdown. And then I just made it like a positive focus, like I was determined to do it. And then I did it. I did it long before lockdown ended, in fact. And so, yeah, it takes some time and effort to clear yourself to get to that point where you can have a positive focus. There's no point in being in fear of lack, being in worry, and then trying to have a positive focus. That's when you're just reinforcing the fear of lack. You need to give yourself a break. Like when you have a relationship and that relationship breaks up, you need a break. You need time to be single before you get into another relationship. So same with the mind. When you're in fear of lack, you need a break before you get another focus. There needs to be nothing first. So you need to distract yourself completely. And so when I've been in that fear of lack and worried, nature does it for me. If I get in my body, exercise does it. And you just got to have something to fall back on to that takes your focus. So I can get in the pool here and then watch the birds and the butterflies and the dragonflies and just be present like that to get myself out of that worried state. Take some deep breaths, all of that. That could help. But yeah, determination, time and distraction, staying positive. Beach always helps you, yeah. That's good. Yeah, nature. Nature's a great help. Because nature doesn't do any of the struggle. Nature's not got any of the fear of lack, right? Sometimes humans project that onto it and think nature is struggling. It's not. Nature will sort itself out. Nature doesn't have a problem at all. It doesn't have lack. And so being in nature helps us just like automatically get into that. Also, Caitlin, you got sabotage and service here. So you're sabotaging yourself. You're asking yourself what you can do for money, what you can do, how you can be of service. It's like you're judging yourself that you're not doing something for it. It's not about that. It's about your focus. So when you've got in the fear of lack focus, nothing that you do is going to get you a lot, because you can only manifest more lack with that kind of focus. And so don't be down on yourself that you're not taking action and being of service. It's a sabotage trying to get yourself to do something while you're in a fear of lack state. It's just not going to work. But once you get into a positive focus state, if you wait until that point, and our ego, then you take action, it's going to work. But our ego is going to scream at us, no, you need to take action now. Or our parents or our friends or whatever, they're going to say, no, you need to take action now, because they don't realize that what kind of an internal state you're in, and it's going to manifest in the negative. It really is that simple. I mean, and you can struggle through, and we know that, don't we? We can be in fear of lack, and we can take a lot of action, and we do get a little bit. We get the scraps, we get a little bit from it. But it's not abundance, and you can have so much more than that. And the universe wants you to have so much more than that. And so it's actually a sabotage trying to do stuff, trying to be of service, or feeling bad about yourself because you're not being of service enough. It's like you're judging yourself that you're not doing enough. And so you're thinking, as I said, we project onto the universe human traits. We think that the universe is saying, oh, you're not good enough, you're not doing enough, I'm not going to give you abundance. That's not what the universe is doing at all. It's just responding to our vibrations. So Caitlin, yeah. Good to talk about that for everyone, because I know it's something that a lot of people struggle with. So thank you for that, Caitlin. Being the example. Right, I know I'm not ready for things now. I have a lot of healing to do. I need to get into the right mindset. Yeah, I feel like I'm just wasting time. Yeah, that's the sabotage. Feeling like you're wasting time, that's the sabotage. So work on your self-love, Caitlin. Love yourself, whether you're doing something, whether you're not doing something. Whether you can pay the rent or not pay the rent. Whether you've got money in your bank account, whether you've not. That is the key to it, to start. Just let it be okay. And that's going to calm you down. It's going to calm your ego down. It's going to stop screaming at you so much when you can love yourself anyway. There you go. I was going to use my computer to scroll on my phone then. Palm Beach. Who else wants one? Karen. Okay, Karen's up next. Yeah, most of the time people try too hard when they're in that fear of lack, and it works against them. Karen, okay. You got travel and forgive them. Who left you? Karen, someone went traveling, someone left. It might not be traveling, it might be just change of location. But it feels like, well, it says that you need to forgive them. It feels like you need to heal from it. It feels like you took an emotional blow from someone leaving. Karen, who left you? Abandonment. Maybe you've got abandonment issues. Oh, okay. So Karen, if you're still there, yeah, somebody left, or some people left. You need to heal from that, because it's stopping you from being creative. Don't know why it would stop you from being creative, but maybe it's tied up with that. Maybe it was people you were doing things with. And it's formed some kind of a block. Same, being willing to be artistic, be creative, be willing to do that, even though you're hurting. Very interesting. Does that resonate, Karen? Who left you? Barbara's up next. Lots of friends have moved recently. I feel like it's blocking your creativity at the moment, Karen, but I feel like it's going to be a benefit in the end. Them leaving, I mean. It's going to allow you to do your own thing, maybe. I don't know. But it's affecting your creativity. Have you noticed that? It's affecting your creativity. Creativity can be anything. It can be creating your life. It can be creating things artistically. You know, it can be like writer's block kind of thing. You could just be doing nice things for yourself, like I was saying about the creativity in the kitchen. You can go in the kitchen and you can just grab something, like watermelon it was for me at 2 o'clock in the morning last night. I ate watermelon with a spoon. You can just go into the kitchen, or you can ask yourself, what would I really like to eat? So that can be creativity too, you know. Your granddaughter, 9 months older. Awesome. 4 provinces away. Not so awesome. Yeah, you're taking an emotional hit. So maybe it's about the creativity in your life, you know, creating the life that you really want. I feel like it's all going to be positive in the end, Karen. Barbara, you've got to be supportive and accept what is. There's only so much you can do for people. This is like, don't take too much responsibility for people. Don't do the codependent thing and try and sort people's problems out for them. You've got to leave them with it. You can give them a bit of guidance and stuff, but you can't do it for them. Can't do it for them, Barbara. You can support them. You can be there for them. But they've got to take responsibility for it because they're the creators of their lives. Things have got to shift within their mind. Just like we were talking about with Caitlin with the fear of lack stuff. We could all give Caitlin some money, right? And it wouldn't change a thing. Just like we could take all the millionaires' money off them and it wouldn't change a thing. They'd get back and they'd be a millionaire. Caitlin would get back to lack. We can do things for people and we can think that we can sort things out, but we can't because they're creating their own lives. And so you need to accept that, Barbara. There's only so much you can do. You can support people, but you can't do it for them. Yeah. Yes, it was the watermelon from the Lost Plant trip. It's had a lot of seeds in it. Now they're on the floor. A lot of the seeds are on the floor. Yeah, the baby watermelon, half a baby watermelon that I don't know what her name is, the lady, she makes me food. It's yummy. Had some of her food last night as well, but her husband cooked it for me this time. Yum. You're welcome, Karen. You can support people as in be there for them, offer them guidance and stuff, but you can't do it for them, Barbara, and you need to accept that. There's only so much you can do because people need to change it within themselves. And sometimes to change it within themselves, people need to hit rock bottom. They need to have their own. You can't save people from life. You can't save people from their rock bottoms. You can't save people from their awakenings. People need to have the challenges and the lessons. They need to experience that. You can't make things, you can't make life soft for people, and it actually doesn't benefit them to do that. Yeah, it's codependent. It's a sign of a codependent thing when you try and take responsibility for other people. It's like finding somebody who's really needy and then trying to sort everything out for them. It's because you want to be needed. You need to be needed. You want to prove your worth, kind of thing. That's the core behind that codependency thing. Yeah, I'm actually pretty good at it now because I used to be codependent, but I'm all right now. But I'm very aware of those traits, and it's my boyfriend is going through a lot at the moment, even more now. I need to go see him today after his dog died. But I can be there for him, but I know that I can't fix it for him, and I've got to sit back and let him go through it. It's hard to do that, but you have to do it. And this is mirrors, Barbara. So you wanting to support people, you wanting to sort it out for other people is really a mirror that it's you that wants their support. You know, when we try and give the help that we really want, that we really need for ourselves, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. That's what healers do, right? They always give that kind of healing that they really need for themselves. So it's good to be aware of that. Because it's not that you can't give it to other people. You can give it to other people, but you need to make sure that you include yourself too. So how you want to help other people, or how you want to step in other people's lives, and what you want to sort out, even if it's just in your mind, like thinking, I'd really like to change the world in that way, that's a window of awareness of something that you need for yourself. What's Coda? Codependence Anonymous. Is it? Is that what it is? Oh. So have you had like experience with addicts? Can be so hard to be around an addict and watch them do it to themselves. You wish that they would look after themselves. Anyway, this is about you, Barbara. You getting the support that you need. Making your life about you. You need to make your life about you, Barbara. Yes, that's it, Claire. I want what I give. There you go. Let that support in. There's no need to shout either, Barbara. In capital letters. You got to trust yourself first to allow someone to help you with that, Barbara. To allow someone to help you with that. Very interesting. Interesting readings today, everybody. Thanks. Made it interesting for me. Mel, do you want one? I'm trying to control my phone with my laptop. Codependency. Ugh. But when we figure it out, it's kind of... I don't think it's lost. I think when we do the codependent thing, I think all of that learning that we had, it's not lost. It makes us very capable of helping people. It's like support training. You know what I mean? We don't lose out on it. It obviously has its place because so many of us have been through it, right? And we've had that experience. And then we come out the other end and it makes us more aware of what we do and how we can actually help. Because even in like caring professions and things, I mean, look at doctors and hospitals, they're hardly helping at all, especially right now. More hindering than helping. It's like the Hippocratic Oath has gone wrong, right? And so even professionals can get that wrong, can not know how to really help or know where their extent lies. It's like, are they ever going to say in a hospital that's, you know, someone needs to even look after themselves and eat the right thing? They don't even say that. And that's just like basic physical stuff. Never mind the emotional stuff. They would never go into that. And it was looking like, in Australia, it was looking like it was all going to get a bit more holistic. A while ago when I was there. Never lived with a partner. You held back because you tend to hit my softest spots for obvious reasons. Scary readings. I give scary readings. Mel, healing, freedom. Oh, setting yourself free from the binds that you've placed on yourself. Fearful binds. You want to set yourself free from. Because it's scary. Freedom's scary. I mean, we do try and keep in our comfort zone, don't we? And that's not freedom, when we try and keep in our comfort zone. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't know why I want to talk about this, but I do. I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's where the brain is kind of changed, and there's not a lot you can do about it. I mean, I've healed it as much as I can. I feel like it's always going to be with me because I've done so much healing and it still is with me. Because it was from being attacked in my bed as a kid repeatedly. And ever since, and it happens about once every 2 weeks or once every month, something like that. I don't know, I don't pay that much attention to it anymore. But I wake up in the night, it's like I open my eyes and I'm in a half dream state. I think there's someone there attacking me or about to attack me. And I start screaming and lashing out now. Lashing out is a new thing. I actually start defending myself now, which is a good thing. But it's not a good thing when there's someone in the bed with me, because it freaks them right out. And it's lucky I've not punched anyone, really. Anyway, it happened the other night. And, ooh, I'm surprised my boyfriend has never experienced that before, but he hasn't. We've been together like 2.5 years. But not sleeping with each other that often, I guess, during that time. Tends to be triggered when I'm stressed out a little bit. Anyway, when it happened this time, I asked myself, why did it happen? Why did it happen this time? And of course, there were people around me that night before I went to sleep, people that I didn't know, men that I didn't know, were around me. And I didn't feel stressed out at all. I didn't feel nervous at all about that. But maybe my subconscious did. So yeah, it's just kind of interesting to me now when it happens as to why, what triggered it, And so Mal, it surprised me this time when it happened because I realized just how far I'd come. Like that evening, I would never have put myself in that situation before. That would have been way out of my comfort zone before. So what happened is we went to another part of the island and we stayed there overnight, and there was a lot of people left that I didn't know, and it was a fun time. But I was just way too anxious to have done that before. I'm talking a while ago. I would have been way too anxious to do that. It definitely would have triggered my post-traumatic stress disorder and all kinds of things, anxiety. So I'm feeling like, Mel, this is like the similar kind of thing. You're healing yourself so that you can get out of your comfort zone now, so that you can make your comfort zone bigger. And it'll happen naturally, but that's what you're doing, is you're healing yourself so you can have more freedom, so that you can expand your world, so it can get bigger. Guidance is transforming you. So you're in a transformation at the moment, and it's expanding your comfort zone. Seize this week over my finances, not about lack, but how responsibilities make me feel from past lack. Oh, really? Mary, that explains why you choose healthcare. Yeah, and you know, Mary, that's the difference, right? What I was saying before about the fear of lack and that millionaire mindset, let's put it that way. The abundance mindset. So the abundance mindset is focused on being really healthy, really fit, really healthy, feeling amazing, feeling vibrant, right? The lack mindset is not being focused on that, and then when things crop up, going to the doctor and stuff, fighting fires. That's the lack mindset. So, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same. Well, focusing on being really fit and healthy and eating the right things and all of that, so you feel great, is an abundance mindset. Big transformation space. Caitlin, oh my, I'm sorry that happened to you. Glad you're able to heal the best you possibly can. Boyfriend will be understanding. It didn't go back to sleep after that. He was so shaken up. Really. Luckily I didn't punch him. I punched over the top of him. He was in a bit of a sensitive state at the time, so yeah. Oh well, there we go. He knows something more about me now. Yeah, big transformation. But I think it's going to be little by little, Mel. I think it's, opening you up to freedom little by little. As I said, it was like, the other day, it just made me realize that I've opened up, that I have healed myself even more, that my comfort zone is expanded. Take your vitamins. I don't think that's going to do you much good. The supplements and stuff, it's not really bioavailable. Been feeling lost. XVVX love. Hey Deepta, thanks for reminding me your name. I was thinking, who's South 345? Who is it again? If we don't run out of time, yes, we can have them. Do you want one? XVVX love. Deepta. Oh, you got to wake up and communicate. Something new that you need to communicate. Something maybe that you hadn't thought about before. Something new, a new thought, some new feeling or something like that. There's something new that you need to communicate. Maybe an aha that you had and you need to tell someone about it. Detached passion. I can't remember what your private reading was about, Deepta, but this has something to do with it. I can't remember the details about that. I do so many readings, I can't remember. But I just had a flashback as if I could remember it, and I can't remember it. This, detach from some kind of a passionate... Have you been passionate about some kind of a cause, Deepta, and now you're realizing that it's coming from a fear of lack? That it's a lackful perspective or something. You've got to detach from that and then wake up and communicate your new stance on something. It's like, I don't know. It would be like being in that fear of lack club, a fear of lack club kind of thing, where you're all like, you will go there and you'll talk about not being able to pay the bills and how terrible it is that some people have got money and it must be their fault that we haven't got money and things like that. And then you wake up from that and you're like, oh, I've realized, like, I've been in fear of lack, I've been creating it myself. And then you need to communicate that to the club, saying, I can't do this anymore because we're doing it to ourselves and we're making it even worse by doing this. It's that kind of thing. You've had a passion about something and you're realizing that it's not something to be passionate about, that you're doing it to yourself. I wonder what that is, Deepta. Does it make sense to you? It could be a prediction, this as well. Sometimes the readings prepare you for something that's going to come. You get it. Okay. There you go. XVVX Love is up next. I've been feeling lost. It's no good. Oh, okay. You've got success, take the risk. So, XVVX Love. I don't believe you when you say you're feeling lost. I believe that you've been having guidance and you've been having ideas. And maybe it feels risky to you, you don't want to follow it. But you're kind of pretending to yourself that you're not getting that guidance. Your higher self is saying it's leading you forward, it's giving you those ideas and it's saying, come on, go for it, do it, do it, do it. Take that risk and do it. You're already getting the guidance that you are asking for. You're not lost at all. It's a story you're telling yourself that. Sorry. This is your in-your-face readings. Yeah, but you don't, like, it might seem like a risk what you need to do, but you can just take it one step at a time. It's not like you have, it's not like, it's like you've had an idea to build a palace or something like that, and you're like, that's way too overwhelming, I can't do that, so I'm not going to do it, so I'm feeling lost, I've got no guidance. No, you had the guidance to build a palace, but you only need to do it one brick at a time. It's that kind of thing. Been seeing 222, so you are kind of aligned then. I say kind of aligned because 111 seems to be better than 222. But yeah, you've been getting that guidance. You're not as lost as you think. You just aren't acting on that guidance because some kind of fear that you've got. You don't need to do it all at once. Maybe you think it's too big. It's not. Just take it slowly. Take action on it. Take it slowly. The guidance that you've already had. Then you won't be lost anymore. Mary, I'm so glad that you found help to heal. Yeah. PTSD, oh, I wish there was a way to get rid of it completely. It would be so nice not to experience that anymore. It wrecks my throat, the screaming, and I scream really loud now. And I lash out now, which is good. That's like since my empowerment, I actually protect myself from these imaginary intruders, which is good because it means that if somebody did try and attack me, I'm in that empowered state now that even if they woke me up, they'd be sorry. They would be sorry. I got skills. I got fighting skills. The training yesterday was awesome. I was in such high energy. Super, super fast. Everyone stops and watches me and goes, whoa. I'll record it sometime and put it on YouTube. My training session to show you how crazy good I am at fighting. Then you can be scared of my readings and you can be scared of me physically as well. 213, Karen. No, it's not 213. If everyone's wondering what these numbers are about, it's because I've got a competition of guessing how many cards are in the bag. It's not on this video. Like the live chat doesn't do anything for the YouTube channel much, I don't think. Anyway, it's the comments and the likes on the videos and the watches as well. So, there we go. I think I did everybody. Thanks everyone for coming along. I'm going to record the weekly reads today. And look, this weekend. Tonight, in about 12 hours, maybe less. 11 hours. I'm going to publish the bonus reads. There's a bit of a difference this time. And, what else? Yeah, the half-price reading sale this weekend is on my Soulmate Twin Flame reads, which are very popular ones. Yeah. So yeah, have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Every time I say that, I don't seem to show up the next day, but it's all good. Just going with the flow. Going with the flow of life. Thanks everyone for coming along. See you next time. Bye.